look, let's go ahead and let's move right into that. Let's move right into that. The transfer portal is very
Is
active
it
right now.
ever?
I mean,
Holy.
you talked about that. That might be the blockbuster news right there. If Arch transfers out, nobody's talking about anything else but Arch Manning. And I like to see that. I like to see that. And a couple names that are brought to mind. You talked to me about one of these guys, Will Howard from Kansas State, into the
Yeah.
transfer portal. Tyler Van Dyke of
Yeah.
Miami.
Every Michigan State quarterback.
I feel for it. Wow, like everybody's going. Hauser, Kim, and Sam Levitt. All of those guys are on the move. Chris Tyree from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Trayshawn Ward from Kansas State. Caleb Furia from Colorado. And in the last about 24 to 48 hours, a number of players have left Colorado. So that's going to be interesting, especially with them moving out of the Pac-12. What other names have you been seeing? Have you seen anybody?
One major one I sent to you right before the show. I don't know if you saw it or not. So this guy hasn't officially entered the transfer portal. Schools are essentially begging him to. So Auburn, Miami, Ohio State, Texas A&M, Washington, Notre Dame, Oregon, and Texas have all made calls to Cameron Ward of Washington State.
Oh, what?
And it's supposedly he's already received over 10 $1 million plus offers to enter the transfer portal and come to school elsewhere. So that is one to keep an eye on. He'd be one of the front runners there. And then obviously we talked about Will Rogers earlier. A lot of really good quarterbacks in the transfer portal. Also Dante Moore we said potentially to look at. So there's a lot of quarterbacks for a year where a lot of quarterbacks are going pro. So
right.
Definitely keep your eye out.
Oh, yeah. Ben said, I saw a post on the FSU website that said Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, should they enter the portal, Norvell should go after them. No, I don't see it happen, but what if, let's say you guys.
Shedeur ain't leaving.
It ain't happening. It's not this quickly. It ain't going to happen. It would be interesting, though.
And it'd be interesting to look at if they get that immediate eligibility. Yeah. Because it's at the NCAA's discretion at this point, because Shedeur might be able to qualify as a grad transfer. I don't know how his schooling's been, but ain't no way Travis Hunter is a grad transfer. So that's out the window there. Shedeur probably could, but they ain't leaving Daddy Prime. Deion Sanders is staying in Colorado. So is Shedeur. So is Shiloh, and so is Travis Hunter.
Oh man. I mean, we know quarterbacks normally get to go left and right like a revolving door. Yeah. It's only these it's only us wide receivers.
I was gonna say I was leaving that alone on purpose. So but if they were to go in the portal, absolutely FSU should go after them. I mean, you get a guy that 2 years ago was the number one recruit in the country. Shedeur was one of the better quarterbacks in the league when healthy. So neither of them are going, but if they do, FSU should do everything they can to get them.
Mizzou needs some transfers with many of our stars graduated.
Need a running back for sure.
You definitely have Burden. I know you have Brady Cook coming back. So
yeah.
Oh yeah. So look, and with the movement of these coaches, with the as these games start to die down and teams start to get into their off season or their bowls or stuff like that, then you will start to see more and more the transfer portal getting flooded and different players going in different directions. And it's hard not to say it's free agency with how some of this NIL and this money. Yeah, it definitely is. So it's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see. I will say, Alex, it's not easy to see a guy play for a different jersey. It's not like the NFL where it's like, okay, he got traded here. Like I get that. College is like, like I was so ready with Peyton Thorne. Peyton Thorne has been playing decent these last games. At least he did against Bama. And I was, he was on my dartboard, when he was in Michigan State, because I was like, this guy is awful. But in the system, he looks good. He looks like a different quarterback. So it's hard to get used to.
Well, it's also crazy to think. It feels like just yesterday we were talking about Sam Hartman showing up in South Bend and Devin Leary just showing up at Kentucky and Brennan Armstrong at NC State and all these guys just moving around. Cade McNamara at Iowa. There were so many of these guys that we were wondering how they do. And now we're already looking at the next crop of transfer portal guys to go along with the incoming recruits. It's wild.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. This stuff happens. It's just revolving. It just goes so quickly. So quickly. Yeah. Daggone championship weekend already. What is going on, man?
That is wild.
Good gracious.